I thought I would do an updated food routine because we now feed raw and have for a while. So yeah, this is just minced up chicken that I actually get from like a poultry factory, and it's £10 for 15 kilo, which is absolutely amazing. This isn't just all that we feed, and I'll have to show some variety, but this is what I'm feeding tonight. Just a 15 kilo bag of minced up chicken. We had Leanne round for dinner one night and we were just chatting about different dog food, and she was telling us how she fed raw, and I've never really been a fan of it. I think I did try it once a few years ago and it just was so much faff. I think because when we lived in the highest house, it was so cold, and the setup, the kennels were like round the side of the house, and we didn't really have anywhere that we could dish the dinner out or leave to defrost. We used to leave it to defrost in the utility room, and then it would smell, and that was obviously where everyone would come through the door. So we tried it for a bit, and then it just didn't really suit. But I've been doing it now for a while, and I feel like I've got my routine. I get little boxes like this, and I section the chicken out when I get it. I haven't done today because I've just gone straight from there because I haven't defrosted any from last night and I needed to buy some more anyway, so I just picked up straight from there today. And any leftover I'll put in a little box like this. This has got my treats in, and then put it in a big box, and then that'll stay out to defrost. It was in the shed, but now it's just being left out because it's not that cold, and obviously it's all like enclosed in, so nothing can get to it. It's not that warm, sorry. So it's all enclosed in, so nothing can get to it. But I have these little treats that I get from Durham Raw Food, which is also where I get some of the other meat. So in here I've got tripe sticks, pig snouts, and rabbit feet. So that's all I've got at the moment. I need to go and get some more. When I have some more, I'll do another little Durham Raw food haul. But yeah, I've got my little setup. So I've got a spoon that I use for one of the residents that's got like a tinned meat in. So I have like some soapy water in there, and then I've got my bowls from yesterday. That's Wormer that needs to go on it needs to go on Alka's food, so I've got that. I'm putting Alka on a mix of biscuits and raw because she's in pup. I kind of want to take her back to biscuits because I think it's beneficial to have puppies on biscuits because then they get to use their teeth. I feel like if I put a litter on raw, if the new owners want to feed them biscuit, it'll probably upset their tummy. So I'm going to transfer her from raw to biscuit. It's got a rip in it, which was really annoying. I've just spent about half an hour picking bits of biscuit off. That's what that bowl is that I've dropped on the floor. But yeah, so trying to transfer her from raw to biscuit, ready for her litter, ready for her pups. I've got my gloves for dishing it out, and yeah, my little tray with my little knife. I fed my residents, they're all done, and then I've just got my dogs to do. Got my bin bag as well for any wrapping. I normally use disposable gloves, but I bought these today, so I'm going to try them just because I go through a lot of gloves. So I'm going to see what this is like. So this is pure chicken mix, which is why I mix it up so I don't do every day on this. If I feed this, I'll maybe do like the mince beef from Durham Animal Raw Food. Durham Animal Food. So I do like to mix it up because obviously you should mix it. I think it'll tell you most raw meat mixes have like, it's like 80% meat, 10% bone, 10% offal. But this works for us. We've been feeding it for about 6 months now, I would say. Just because it's not necessarily cheaper, it's probably more expensive, but I think the dogs look better for it. I feel like they need to go to the toilet less, so my kennels are cleaner. And when they do go to the toilet in the kennel, like Cedar's just had a poo in her kennel, because they're not perfect most of the time. Like, I think the whole time we've had this new setup, they've maybe gone like 3 or 4 times, and it's been her every time. Boone once, I think. They are like tiny little poos, so it's not half as much of a mess. Cleaning up as well, it's not half as much of a mess. I don't walk them 4 times a day anymore. I only walk them 3 times a day. They don't go to the toilet as much. I just like it. I also like mixing up the food and playing around with the different types of food as well. So we tried it and it's worked, and we've got our rhythm with it now. So yeah, I'm going to do the boys first. So I just get handfuls. Stuff it in. Wash my gloves in there. Towel. And then I'm going to put some treats to go on. We'll do some tripe. I think I'll take these off when I give them to the boys. So that's what they've got today, just chicken mince and then a little tripe stick. So that's for Colonel. So this is what I've got left of today's. So it's in a tub, and then I will shut it up and put it inside the bigger one, ready for tomorrow. And then I need to defrost some more as well. I've got some that's already frozen, sectioned off, so I need to go and grab that. I have mixed some meat for Alka, so that's normally I give her like 4 handfuls of the meat, whatever meat we're feeding that day. So that's 2 and a scoop of biscuit. And the biscuit I've chosen is the Wainwright's turkey and rice, and I have gone for a puppy one because that's what I'll probably keep the pups on. So I'm aiming to have her fully on this by the time she obviously gives birth. I'm just probably going to do it for like 2 days or something, just so it's not a drastic change. It is a hypoallergenic feed anyway, so she shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I was a bit indecisive whether to feed her on raw when she was pregnant, because I haven't fed, I mean I've been feeding raw for I think about 6 months, I think I said, but I haven't obviously had a bitchin' pup in that time, so I was indecisive, and I've kind of kept her on it because she looks really good and she is doing well on it. And then I kind of thought, oh, actually it's probably not best to have the pups on it, so if I'm not going to have the pups on it, then I'd be better to change her before she gives birth. So that's kind of where that's come from. So I'm going to add some, I think I'm going to give them some piggy snouts. So they've got their piggy snouts now. I'm going to feed the house dogs. That's the last lot to be fed. So I do the boys, and then I walk them, and then, well, I do my residents first. So feed residents, walk them, and then I do the boys, walk them, and then I do the girls, walk them, and then I do the house dogs and walk them, and then I'm done. I've still got 2 dogs left to train today. I've got my resident Moose, who is a German short-haired pointer. We're just going to go over some retrieval. And then I've got another resident, Tilly, who is a 6-month-old lab pup, and I think we're just going to do some heel work today. It's her last day tomorrow, so I'm going to do some retrieval work with her tomorrow and get some filming ready for her owner, to pick her up this weekend. And then we also have in a pup that I bred, a Springer Spaniel, and a poodle cross called Bo, and another pup that I bred, a wire-haired Vizsla that I bred, Ragnar's brother. So we've got a full lot of residents, and yeah, so I've got 2 left to train today, and then paperwork and some online notes to do. I feel like it's been a very non-stop day, but I thought I would do an update of the feeding routine because I know that people find it quite interesting, and because I've changed to raw, I thought it would be a good thing to show because it's very different from what I was feeding before. So that's our routine. It's quite easy. I feel like I've got it sussed now. But I do like to mix it up, so I'll do a haul from Durham Animal Feeds when I next go.